Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Kathleen Benjamin here. And in today's video, I have a little secret I'm going to be sharing with you, and I don't even know why I've been gatekeeping it for as long as I have. But in today's video, I'm going to be sharing it with you. And it is the simple, most affordable thing that you can do and prolong your makeup out of anything that I've ever learned. So one of the things I do automatically, and for those of you who don't know, I have a bridal hair and makeup company, is on wedding day for the brides and the mother of the brides and, you know, whomever else, I put extra coverage around their nose and their cheek area, their chin, and areas where they're going to be getting bumped a lot on that day. Whether it's from hugging people or just the sheer emotion of the day, there's a lot that goes on in this area. So one of the things that I do is I put extra concealer there and I put more foundation there just to kind of, like I said, just to give it a little extra protection, and then I set it. So in today's video, it's a super affordable, easy hack that I'm going to be sharing with you. And it's simply, all you need is your foundation and a concealer. And then any way that you like to put it on will do fine. You don't need to run out and purchase anything. You just need these two things. So without any further ado, let's get started. First things first, let's prep our skin, right? I have my eyes done. I don't have any foundation done, and I don't have any concealer on. And for my mature skin loves hydration, so I recommend that if you have dry, mature skin like I do, then to make sure that you have your moisturizer on. As well as having a moisturizer on, I have this BOBBI Brown, this face base on. This is a moisturizer and primer in one, and it just gives me another layer of hydration on my dry skin. So, and for today's video, I'm going to be using my ESTÉE Lauder. This is the Hydra Futurist foundation in the color Pebble. And I'm going to be using this Bear With Me concealer serum from NYX, which again, this is a budget-friendly concealer. And if you have dry skin, it's great because it's more of a serum-y texture. It's not too drying. So whatever concealer and foundation that you have will work with this hack. So whatever you have, you know, just feel free to use that. You don't have to run out and purchase anything. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my foundation brush. I have this palette here. You don't need a palette. You can use the top of your hand. Works fine. I'm going to take a half a pump. I don't need a full pump, like a half a pump, that much of the foundation. I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna take this NYX Creamy Concealer, and this is in the color Medium Vanilla. And I'm gonna take a half a pump of that too. So it should look sort of like that. Okay, then I'm gonna take that brush, I'm gonna completely immerse that brush in there and just completely mix it together right on that palette. Okay, and then I'm going to start from my nose and work out towards my cheeks. And I'm going to start here, and I'm going to, and you can see already how that kind of covered up. I don't know if you can see here, I have broken capillaries. I have an area here that's broken capillaries. And my nose, I just have like a scar here that I always like to cover up. And then under my nose, I get a lot of redness. So what I'm going to do is go in there, and I'm just going to bang that on there and completely just dab that in this area. Now you can see I'm not bringing it out this way. I'm just keeping it in this area. Then I'm going to go between my eyebrows with it a little bit. Now that's where I can sort of stop. Now you can see that that sort of looks like a full coverage foundation on that area, on this area, which is fine. I don't have any problem with that. And next I'm just going to go in and I'm going to take another half a pump. I'm going to take that foundation brush and I'm just going to immerse my brush in it again. And then I'm just going to put on my foundation like I normally would. All right, and you can see that that blends out beautifully. It matches really nicely, so I don't have to worry about having a concealer that's a different color than my foundation, because I sort of mix those two colors together. This is like a beautiful match. Now, if you in fact need full coverage, you have a day where you have a lot going on and you want to completely cover everything, go ahead and do a pump of the foundation along with a pump of that concealer, and then just completely cover your entire face. it's going to be a lot heavier and it's going to be considered full coverage at that point. But if you're worried about it lasting, then you should do that. Like I have my son's wedding coming up in September, and that's definitely something I would do for that wedding. And there's going to be some outdoor photos going on too. So when you're done, it should look sort of like that. And now you don't see, you know, the transition, right? It's just blended in very nicely. But yet now throughout the day, my nose will stay covered, and my cheeks too will stay covered too. So I'm gonna hop off the camera. I'm gonna finish my concealer under my eye and put some blush on, and I'll come back and I'll show you the finished look. Okay friends, there you have it. That is my foundation hack. You can see that I went in, I put my blush and my bronzer on, and I went and did my concealer underneath my eyes. I did set it with the Givenchy, the Prism Libre powder. I went around with just the powder puff, and I went in just those areas around my face where I just wanted to make sure that it would stay throughout the day. And you don't have to worry about getting too heavy in this area. Like with foundation, I know my biggest concern is, like if I were to bring that foundation down lower on my face here, where I have a lot of fine lines and wrinkles, or up here by my eyes, then it would look really cakey and sort of heavy looking on the face, and I really don't want that. But in this area here, we have minimal amounts of fine lines, and we don't have to worry about it getting too heavy. So comment below, let me know if you plan on using this hack. If you have used it, let us know in the comments below, and let us know how it worked out for you. So don't forget that you are gorgeous at every age. And if you enjoyed this tip, please consider subscribing if you haven't done so already. Hit that notification bell so that you can get notified when I upload a new video. Guys, thank you so much for watching, and bye-bye.